y'all. Welcome to the Midwest Takeoff. My name is Chaney Sims, and I am elated to be introducing our first guest, hip-hop's newest star, Kayla. Writing her first rap at the age of 7, born Kayla Penn from Cleveland, Ohio, she has the ability to seamlessly blend storytelling and music. After dropping multiple singles, Kayla took time off to get her master's degree. She came back and she gifted us with her debut album, The 20th Summer, which was praised as perfection by LA Online. Kayla's versatility as a songwriter and a rapper attracted the attention of music publishing executives, leading to song placements with networks such as HBO, Disney, Amazon Prime Video, Discovery, Fortnite Stars, OWN, TNT, ESPN, the Food Network, and many more. And her viral song, Sonata Slay, won a Pro Max Gold Award and was streamed a few million times. Her publishing deal with Brand X Music includes a catalog under the stage name Kayla Cash, to which 2 hit albums have been produced. Kayla's latest hits with Ridin' with the Gangsters and Eat Up the Op solidify that her style is one of one, comparable to none. Additionally, her freestyle for On the Radar Radio and headlining concert, TuneCore's Dope AF contest confirmed her ever-present it factor with a charismatic personality. Kayla is a force to be reckoned with in the hip-hop industry. Welcome to the show.
And welcome to the Midwest Takeoff. I'm your host, True Nation, and I have a special guest co-host today. Co-starring today.
What's up, y'all? It's Gbaby, a.k.a. Gbaby.
Gbaby is in the building. And yeah, I'm so honored to have you here as a guest co-star today. And we are today headlining Kayla, you know, the rap sensational, all the way from L.A., here back in Cleveland, because she's a Cleveland native. We have Kayla. Welcome to the show.
What's up? What's up? What's up,
What's
True?
going
What's
on?
up, Gbaby?
How you doing today? You just smiling?
I'm always smiling. I'm
Oh,
happy.
you
I
happy?
feel good, yes.
I'm so happy that you're
I
happy.
feel loved. Yeah, I appreciate the vibes in here.
Oh, thank you. So we like to punch straight into the questions and everything like that. And we, you know, some of the fans want to know, when did you actually start rapping? You said 7, but do you remember your first bar?
I actually do, yes. And by the way, thank you for that amazing intro. Y'all had me feeling all important.
You are important.
It was a true 7 years old. And I remember because at the time, my aunt and her kids had moved in with us when I was living off 116th.
Okay.
And, you know, that's when they were living. But my very first rap that I wrote was called I'm the Queen of the World. And
you got a bar on it? You got a bar you can give me? You know what I'm saying?
I remember the hook went, I'm the queen of the world.
Hey.
Of the MF world.
Oh, that's 7? Oh, somebody needed a butt whooping.
I did. And that's why when I asked my big cousin, I said, please don't tell my mommy. And to this day, she bring it up. Like, I ain't never tell your mama you was cussing at 7.
You got a hit song at 7.
I know, right? Hit song with curse words in it. That's why my nieces and nephews, I'm like, do as auntie say, don't do as I do. You know?
So who was your first at-home performance then?
My first at-home performance, so get this. Y'all probably did it too growing up. You know how you have the family talent shows and all
the
that?
karaoke machine?
With the karaoke machine.
Yeah.
But back then, my little brother had like this like Hot Wheels video camera, and we used to like just do family talent shows, and I was Coolio. And they put the braids in my hair, and I rapped.
I know there's a video somewhere out there.
I hope we
I
find it.
need that
video.
Yes. And I was probably like 7, 8, whenever Gangsta's Paradise came out.
Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that was my first time rapping at the house.
And that was your first karaoke moment?
It was.
So did Coolio inspire you, or who inspired you to rap?
That is an amazing question. Honestly, I first got inspired within my household. My older siblings, they were musically inclined. 2 of my big brothers rapped.
Okay.
So just at that, being surrounded by me, and my mother
by
played good
musicians
music.
and artists.
Yeah. So within my house, but then after that, as I began to get older, I was definitely inspired by Eve, Missy Elliott.
Oh yeah,
you know,
definitely the greats.
Exactly. They Left Eye, you know, definitely played a big part into me wanting to be just.
And I can see some of the Left Eye style too.
Yeah.
Everybody says that.
Yeah, you definitely got your own style for sure.
You know,
Fit Chat is already great.
Yeah. Thank you. I tried to do a little, so I got to match y'all fly.
Man.
I wanted to ask too, because I seen your style on Instagram. So where did you get that from? Like, is it mom, dad, or did you just develop it?
My style.
Did you travel somewhere to go get it?
That I don't know. I just think being a blended person, meeting people from all over, and you know how you travel somewhere and you're like, dang, I like the way they wear their hats.
Right.
Or dang,
Yeah,
I like a
yeah.
little, and you incorporate like your own style with it.
You bring it to yourself.
Yeah, and it took
That
me
she
a while to kind of
authentic.
feel what I was comfortable in. You know, one day I might want it to be a little bit more tight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then other days, hey, I'm going to keep it loose. I'm going to chill. And then being able to kind of straddle that fence and just do what I feel for real.
So getting recognized across all these different platforms and all these TV shows and networks, what does that feel like?
It definitely feels good. It reinforces just hard work and betting on yourself. It was many days where I wasn't sure, hey, could I make a career out of being a rapper? I knew I was real good at songwriting. I knew I could do it, but can I make money from it? Will I actually get that notoriety that I feel like I feel? So now that, you know, I hear
You done took
myself
off.
on, so it's every time, but I'm still so appreciative, y'all. Like, so even yesterday, my friend hit me up and was like, I sent you a clip back in March. Was that you on the Freaknik documentary? And I was like, I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I never looked at the clip.
Yeah.
And when I opened it on Hulu, the trailer for Freaknik, they were playing my song in the back of it. I
Wow.
had no idea. Yeah.
So-
So, and I'm still like just smiling, thinking
Do
about
you
it.
get royalties from that?
I do. Yep.
So-
And so the way it works is, well, it depends on what type of structure you have. You know, it's different ones that I might do with a different label or a company. But, you know, I'll sell it to them, you know, keep my percentages, keep my publishing, but I'll sell the master sometimes. And then they might lease it out. They might lease it out to however many companies,
And
commercials,
so when they roll the
or whatnot.
credits, do your name still get mentioned?
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
Okay.
So when I get my my quarterly statements,
Yeah.
I can see everywhere is played. What you know how they got different companies that kind of monitors that now, and they make it easier for the artists. So definitely so, and I'm able to see like, oh man, they was playing it on some show in Japan, or this is that and the third, but I
crying.
might not find out then and there. So
Right,
that's
you
why it's
find out a
always a
little bit later.
surprise. Yeah.
And so you watch TV and then you like, hold up,
That's
is that
me.
my
That's
song?
That
That's
happened
m-
before.
Yeah.
That happens. Y'all remember Lizzo's show?
Yeah.
The dancing show one
Yes.
time for the big girls or something
Yep.
like that. And I was watching it with my wife, and you know I was hungry, so I went in the kitchen. Whatever, but she's still watching it, and I'm hearing the show playing, and I hear this familiar beat, and I'm rapping along with it. And I was like, wait. So
I'm rapping my
that's
lyrics.
me. And I was like,
These are my
is that
lyrics.
my song? And she was like, hey, it did sound familiar. So we hit pause. And this is on Amazon Prime.
That's
Sure enough,
hard.
there I am in one of the episodes, and they played a long part of my verse.
Yeah.
And we was just going crazy in the living room and had no clue.
You hear that?
Yeah.
That's
You know,
right.
like,
That's
boom,
fire.
boom.
Like, that's
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah.
So you go.
God is good.
How is the streaming compared to like the new things? Like streaming is a new thing for all musicians and rappers and singers. So how is that transition for you?
I would say I have my good and bad experiences with streaming. You know, I'm doing as much as possible to
Right.
drop my links. Like, you know, I'm being creative with my marketing. I'm putting myself out there to try to get placed on different playlists. And, you know, I got teams behind me that's helping me with those type of things. But I will be honest with y'all. It's the sync placements that I feel like have gave me that boost.
And what do you mean
gave
by
me the
sync
extra.
placement?
So
For the
when-
audience who don't know what a sync placement.
Got you. So like when you have a sync placement, is you know how they mentioned, you know, they might hear my song on a commercial, or they'll hear my song on some type of advertisement or in a movie. Those are sync placements. And by me receiving just lately, just this momentum of companies that's buying, you know, my records, that's what's really, I think, catapulting my career as opposed to streaming.
Got it.
So I used to pay attention to the numbers real heavy, and it used to drive me crazy. Like, how many Spotify listeners? And now I don't even focus on that, because it give you anxiety. You feel like people sleeping on you, and then before you know it, you want to retire as a rapper. And I've been there before.
Yeah.
Remember I was saying, like, I've had my lows where I'm like,
I'm over this.
oh man, I only got like 95 monthly listeners. You know, but then I'm like, hey, you making music, you dropping it consistently, you making these networks. Yeah, you might have this many monthly listeners for March, but you just sold a song to HBO. And you just had a song in Netflix. So
And
you making some motion.
Prime TV shows.
Prime time TV shows. And
You
then when
know?
people find out about it, it's like, who is this girl? And so when I get my Shazam reports, I'll see hundreds of those where people will Shazam something that they've heard on a commercial, and that's translating to those streams that y'all mentioned.
That's hard. I didn't know y'all got that bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
I
get
be in
into
the
that
club
bag.
faithfully.
Yeah, like, who is this?
So I saw a clip of you on the Food Network, and I heard your music being played on the Food Network. So outside of being a rapper, can you actually cook? Because you're on the Food Network with your music. Can you throw down in the kitchen too?
You know how people say like, "Oh, I can't sing, but I can carry a little note."
Uh-huh.
I can't cook, but I can make
a little
I can make a bowl of cereal.
I can do a bowl of cereal, but my wife is an amazing chef. She actually has a
got it.
cookbook, so yeah.
And she got so
do.
you good. You
Yeah,
good.
so she do all
What's
my.
the book called?
The book is called Classic Cooking. So I found out like
Shout her out then.
Yeah, that's my baby. Shout out Don Classic, and shout out her book. It's on Amazon. It's everywhere where books are sold. Barnes and Noble. I found out in 2017 that I had celiac disease, and that is a autoimmune disease. When I have anything with gluten in it, my intestines attacks itself.
Oh, wow.
So I was like in and out the hospital for like in 2016. They weren't sure what it was. They like, you got a stomach ulcer. You just, they just sending me home.
Yeah.
And then I finally had a specialist that looked into it, and she like, boom, you can't have gluten. And I'm like, okay, what's gluten? She like, anything with wheat. I'm like, wait, pasta, cookies.
Oh, you was out here getting
bread,
sick,
everything.
trying to eat some Italian food.
And so I'm like, well, how is my diet? Like, what do you mean? And so my wife took it upon herself to start finding gluten-free ingredients and showing like the food can be just as good with these revisions. And that's where her cookbook, where
Came in.
yeah.
So it actually caters to your diet too.
It does, yeah. She cooking for me all the time.
She's like, yeah, I'm gonna make a book cater to my wife's diet.
Exactly. And I was the taste tester. So I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll taste the banana pudding. And she'll make stuff that I haven't had in years.
Oh, wow.
So like when she made mozzarella sticks, I was like, I haven't had these since 2016. And I was just so happy.
Bringing back all your favorite foods.
Yeah,
I'd have cried.
I missed mozzarella sticks.
So since we on that topic,
Yeah.
I seen y'all wedding.
Oh, thank you.
Of course.
Thank you for looking.
Congratulations again.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. Y'all go check it out on her page.
Aw.
So I saw you said you were in love at 14.
Yes.
How did you know that? Like, what was the determining factor? Like, oh yeah, this is the person of my dreams.
for life.
Yeah, we locked in. It's over with.
So we were in a college prep program, and they used to bring out the students for like summer classes, and they will recruit you out of 8th grade. So my wife is a year younger than me. I was like 9th grade going to 10th. She was 8th going to 9th. And it was just one day at the program, they was bringing in all the new students who was going to the 9th grade. And you skimming. And it's just, you lock eyes with that one person.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Who was that?
she made me sweat.
She fun.
Exactly. But at the time, I wasn't out. Like, I wasn't as open with my sexuality. Nobody knew, but maybe my one best friend at the time. So, no, actually, I take that back, y'all. My wife was the very first person that I came out to, because we were just best friends at first.
Wow.
Because when I finally opened up, like, hey, I'm attracted to you. And her young self, mind you, we kids, but she like, thanks, girl. That's a compliment. And I love it, but I'm strictly dickly. I'm like, you like 13, 14. No, but.
Love at first sight, though.
It was, and we just hit it off. Love at first sight, attraction at first, just personality and everything. We were best friends for years. And then in college, I was like, remember that confession I said as kids? That never went away, right? We grown now. What's up?
And now y'all married.
And now we're married. We've been
won the
together.
prize.
I won the prize.
Like,
We've been together
was consistent.
It'll be 16 years in December.
16 years?
16 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank
Congratulations
you.
to you both.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And so from the wedding, did y'all go anywhere cool for y'all honeymoon?
No, Barbados. I'm
Barbados.
sorry,
Ooh,
Barbados.
Oh, yeah,
That's my
y'all went
first
out
time.
there.
We did. We had a ball. We made a lot of friends when we were out there, too.
Did you rap for your...
For the logos?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
yeah.
did. I
You're
did.
like, I'm gonna walk down the aisle to one of my songs.
Right? No,
That's
I
right.
did. I should have turned up to something at the reception, but
Yeah.
no, I sure did.
I was gonna ask, did you do you like perform for personal like around your birthday? Do you just take a break, or do you be like, oh, I'm finna go full throttle, let's do something involving me and my performances?
Yeah, I try to, like, if I'm celebrating myself, of course I'm gonna try to like incorporate my music, because that's a real big part of my
branding yourself.
identity.
You are the brand.
Yeah, so why not? You
you
coming to my
should.
birthday party? Yeah, my song is gonna be.
It should
So
be.
I do. Yep. I definitely try to incorporate. And if I'm not performing, you're going to hear my music. You're going to see my new merch. Might slide you a business card if you have a party.
So from all this status and everything like that, I saw that you were on Pressure Luck talk show, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like being on our talk show and also meeting Elizabeth Banks?
It was so cool. So,
Press the button.
yeah, I know, no whammies. my manager, she was like, hey, how you feel about auditioning for a game show? And I was like, I got a little bit of experience being a film student when I was in undergrad. If you working behind the camera, they want you to learn,
Both.
they want you to learn both. So I had a little bit of film experience. I feel like I got a pretty cool, likable personality. And I was like, you know what, I'll give it a try. And she was like, okay, we know the casting director, but you're going to have to really audition and you're going to have to, just put it all out there because they want to have good people on the show. And fast forward, it was like 100,000 applicants, and I was one of the ones that was selected. And going out there and filming, y'all, when I say the set was just overwhelming. So it's the same set that they use for American Idol. So you know how they'll show you the view.
It's a grand set.
Oh my gosh, and so my heart beating, and then, meeting Elizabeth Banks, and then, I'm trying not to sweat, but it's cameras everywhere. And then when I start losing, no, I'm sorry, but I gotta smile, and I don't wanna, but I'm like competitive, and at the same time, I'm like talking to myself like, hey, you got this, so that was one of those experiences I'm gonna remember for life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna remember
you
that for
like,
life.
I know her.
Yeah, a lot of people when I came back home after shooting it, like I remember grabbing takeout one day and they're like, were you on a game show? And I was.
Yeah. So when you got to talk to Elizabeth Banks after the show, what was her personality like being around her?
Oh, she's amazing. She's so welcoming. Like, she made sure she took the time to pronounce our names right.
That's a big thing for sure.
Yeah, she made eye contact. Like, she wasn't dismissive. She wasn't one of those celebrities that just gave you that fake persona. Like, she actually listened to what you had to say. Actually, everybody that I met on set during that whole process, everybody was amazing, and they set the tone for when we actually met her. I was like, okay, cool. I wonder if she sets that up intentionally. Like, how Gbaby got a bomb. How like you pick people that's like cool because you're a reflection of me. Because she's also a producer on that show.
Right.
So boom, you picking your co-host. She a reflection of you. I think she made sure the staff was all cool because it made the guests real comfortable.
Have you ever met someone the opposite?
Oh, yeah.
Complete opposite?
Yeah. Yeah, you always run into people like that who feel like they too good to speak or they just
so high
stuck-up vibe. Yeah,
that interaction.
And y'all want to know what I do? I still be me. I'm
got
a fortune. Hey, how you doing? Oh, you didn't hear me? I said, how you doing? And now I'm gonna make you uncomfortable because I'm still smiling.
I'm still
gonna
talk to you.
And I'm
with a
still
smile.
gonna talk to you with a smile, and I'm gonna make you feel stupid because you was being a jerk.
Yeah.
And I'm cool. Like, what's your issue?
So the transition from Cleveland, being a native here, to LA, what have you noticed the difference between the two?
So y'all want the real answer?
We want the scoop.
Because
there's a lot of people.
I'm not even going to lie. LA are weird. They're weird.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people that want to transition from here to Atlanta to Florida to LA. So, being a top rapper like yourself, coming from Cleveland and seeing what it's like to grow up here from the trenches to the high ends, what is it like going to LA?
So you definitely meet a melting pot of people.
Okay.
Like,
So everybody,
you know how we got maybe up the way, down the way, and then you got your west side.
Yeah.
But no, it's like everybody from everywhere
Yeah.
to LA. But to keep it real, like I'll go to, let's say I have an open mic in Cleveland, or I pop up at an open mic or karaoke or something. You network with a few other maybe musicians, and you linger. You might have a couple conversations, and that's it. Whenever I've done, even if it's something simple, like a little open mic or karaoke, I will have dozens of people afterwards. Like, can I get your Instagram? Can I follow you? Or I know this person. So I don't want to I don't want to say the whole, it's more support out there and the support in the city, because that's not true. I got people that I love and I respect and I appreciate who gave me a platform in Cleveland.
Right.
But going out there,
It's a different ball game.
It's a different ball game.
It's a
And
bigger city,
people
too.
know, like, everybody
So,
doing something. Everybody doing something. So you going to meet a painter, you're gonna meet a spoken word artist, people that got podcasts or do hair or just other creatives, and then next thing you know, you done found your circle of friends or people that you can jig with and collaborate with.
Are you also a model?
I've done modeling for like my friends' brands and stuff. So if they have like, a t-shirt line or sunglasses or something, but I don't know, true. I mean, you speaking it to my don't threaten me with a good time.
Go ahead.
On this 4 a.m. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Thank you for the compliment.
I definitely had to know that. Go ahead.
Okay, so kind of want to get very sporadic a little bit. So what is in LA? What's probably like some of the best interactions you've had, best experiences, best performances tied into one though?
Okay, so BET weekend last year, right around that same time, I submitted myself for TuneCore, my distributor. They were having a dope AF contest, and you had to be an independent artist, but also, be using TuneCore services. And they were having this headlining concert where Papoose was introducing the winner. It was it was a real big deal. And I submitted myself, and I was like, what the heck? I'm gonna give it a go. And I'm like, God, let your will be done.
Opportunities.
I'm like, just if it's meant to be, it will be. And the people had to, of course, like your stuff, shout you out. And Cleveland rallied behind me. Like my family, all of them, like, yeah, Cleveland came through and I ended up winning. And so that took place during BET weekend. And when the people with TuneCore hit me up, they were like, we like you. Like, you're real cool. On the radar, do you know who on the, I was like, heck, sure, who don't know on the radar? Like, every who's who in the music in they city, they gonna freestyle for on the radar. And they're like, they're doing the LA edition. Now, we know you technically from Cleveland, but do you want to hop on the LA edition? And I was like, I'm here now. I'm here now. What up, baby? And that took place that weekend as well.
That's the same weekend.
That's that same weekend.
Oh,
and then I was able to do the BET award show experience. So that weekend,
That's hard.
G, to answer your question, boo. So imagine like Friday, you waking up and I got the freestyle on the radar. Saturday, when Saturday was the headlining concert and I'm backstage with Papoose and he introducing me and there's people there. And mind y'all, this is LA. It ain't like I had a big flock of Cleveland people that came with me. It was my wife and my manager. It was two people. And the videographer, he was from Cleveland. Shout out Chris. That's it. But everybody else trusted TuneCore's word and said, no, this girl is up next. Come through. And we had over 100 people there. I had so much love that weekend. And then when I was at all the other BET events, people had saw me on the radar. They saw me do the Papoose thing. So I was just meeting people everywhere I went. Yeah, he a lyricist. And he gave me a real big introduction too. I was like, oh, Papoose. He was on my MySpace background.
Oh, wow.
And my friend reminded me of that. She was like, you don't remember when Papoose, when he did that freestyle with the five
barrels?
Ooh, my bad.
Borals,
Yeah. Yep. He was that picture was on my MySpace background at one point. And I was like, that's some full circle stuff.
Man, that's manifestation.
Yeah, it is.
That's a vision
And sometimes
board.
you don't even know when you manifest and stuff. So to have that moment, and I told him that too. He was like, oh, for real.
You was on MySpace?
You was on MySpace.
Yeah.
I probably made him feel old, like, dang, MySpace. And I'm like, well, I was on there too. So
We all was.
We all was. MySpace was popping.
Man. So what's your biggest, for your social media platform, what would you say your go-to platform is?
Instagram.
Instagram.
I like Instagram. Twitter is low key my favorite though, but I don't post a lot on Twitter. But if I'm, Twitter find out everything first. So you on Twitter and you seeing the breaking news or you seeing the little, what's happening
daily
in the
news
city.
all the time.
Yeah, and then Twitter is just hilarious. So I can scroll Twitter for hours just laughing. But Instagram, I utilize the most. I'm trying to get on TikTok a little bit more. I've been trying to up my YouTube shorts. But IG taking a place right now.
IG.
What about y'all? What's y'all?
Yeah.
IG for you too?
Yeah, IG would definitely be for me. I just started dabbling in TikTok.
Okay.
But yeah, from YouTube and IG are probably like the top two.
Your top two.
Yeah. Now I do curate both of the pages, my personal page plus my Midwest Takeoff page. So I make sure that they're both getting the proper traction and stuff like that.
Getting the attention they need.
Yeah, Instagram is definitely for me.
Definitely Instagram.
Yeah.
I'll scroll through TikTok for the funny though. And Twitter.
And the hacks
sometimes.
and stuff. Yeah.
Definitely. Oh my gosh.
Go down that TikTok rabbit hole before you know it.
You've been on there for 3 hours.
You're
like,
oh my
man.
gosh, I missed my whole day.
Man, on the toilet, legs is gone. Can't even walk no more. Can't even walk no more. I swear.
You ain't never lied. Yeah, you done got the little white marks in your knee.
Oh man, legs went to sleep and numb.
Yeah, you gotta shake it.
I'm mad. I just started noticing that. I'm like, what is? Oh, my elbow.
Yeah, that's my elbow. It's only been there for like 40 minutes.
That's hilarious. I would pay attention now.
Exactly.
Where my elbows at.
Yeah.
So
That's funny.
being on Fortnite, right? and that's one of the biggest games in the world, right? And all the kids, including my nieces and nephew, love Fortnite.
Yeah.
What is that like to hear your song on a global video game like that?
It was like, shout out to my childhood. It was like, even though I didn't necessarily play Fortnite growing up, it just, with my nieces, nephews, and all of them, and seeing, like how you said, all the kids love it. It made me the cool aunt. With all my,
Do they do like my aunt's a
My,
celebrity?
yes, because I got like 14 nieces and nephews.
Oh, yeah,
so
sound like me.
On my other stuff, I was like, oh, look, Auntie was on HBR. Auntie was on this. They're not impressed. It wasn't until the Fortnite stuff happened that now they all want to brag about
They
it.
all
Like,
wanna do the gamer dance and all that.
Now you
Yeah.
love your old auntie. Yeah, but
But
it
now
set
they
the
can't
tone.
lose.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
can't lose a game playing the
You
auntie.
can't.
You
Oh,
cannot
yeah.
lose.
Come on.
So do you actually pick up the stick sometime and actually play?
Nah, I just cheer from the sideline.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. So moving on towards like what we do in the segues, like when you went from Cleveland into LA and when you first got to LA, right? What was the first gig that you had out there?
It was that TuneCore concert.
So the
That's
BET,
wild.
the whole
That was
weekend, that was
the-
the first.
That's
First
wild.
time. First.
You know how
gig,
when people move
first,
to LA and they
take
like,
a
I want to make my
while.
dreams come true, and it takes a long time.
No,
No,
it
you
was
moved out there and
like-
got straight to it.
Yeah, it was like a month later.
I would have
It
never
was a
came back
month
home.
after
I would have never came home.
I love it here, right?
Because I went
Cleveland
there
would've
for
talked to me.
work at first, but I wasn't, and I was like in Pasadena doing a work contract. But I was going to LA. You drive down trying to network. But when I transitioned there, it was like a month later that happened. I was like, look at the timing of this. It was just all so crazy.
So
it
when
still
you
feels surreal.
went when you went to the BET Awards and you was on the radar, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go by my Kayla or did you go by Kaya Cash?
My Kayla.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
what's the difference between the
Gotta
two
know the
people?
name.
That is a good question,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you asked it because I do try to clarify for people. So I have a partnership with a label, and Kaya Cash is that label's artist. But I am Kaya Cash, but they technically, I don't want to say own the rights, but yep. And so when I do, now don't get me wrong, my Kayla, under my Kayla's catalog, I got a lot of publishing music as well. But Kaya Cash, she's just strictly,
For their group.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
that group. So I'll do, I haven't done any Kaya Cash performances. I'm allowed to and everything, but when I'm, like
Yeah.
when we're talking today and even on the introduction when they mention like my albums and all that, that's all under my Kayla.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. That's
Yeah,
good.
but Kaya Cash, I
you know how,
I like
like-
going back and forth
Yeah,
with
you
her.
got T.I., then you got TIP.
You do.
So
You
that's what I'm
do.
like, is this like a
Like an alter ego?
Yeah, an alter ego versus against yourself? You should do something like that.
I
It's
should.
giving Gemini.
That's really like.
Okay, I know
Yeah.
who to get a credit to
Hey,
when we.
you heard that? Troop
you
Nation.
see- I'm gonna just tag you in the
Yeah,
post.
tag me in it. Invite me to the video shoot.
We were
That's all I want.
brainstorming.
Can I be in the video?
Yeah. When I do the Kaya Cash stuff, I think I switch it up a little bit. Like my style with her is a little different from how my Kayla
Is
might
it more
dress.
like a raunchy or is it
No,
more like
it's the exact opposite.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my Kayla is more raunchy. My Kayla is more like swagged out, laid back, chill. Kay
Yeah.
Cash is, but she's a little bit more well-rounded and versatile and has that mass appeal that you
Okay.
can, put her in front of all these audiences and everybody is gonna say, oh, she's so cool. And I'm not saying my Kayla don't have that, but they might not agree with my swag and my style in certain areas.
And you fly as hell,
Well,
so
thank
you
thank
good.
you. I try to do a little something, but yeah, Kay Cash and my Kayla, they similar, but they got their differences.
So if you wanted to like give advice for new and upcoming entrepreneurs to want to be artists,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? What would you say to the future young people to how to get in this same position as you?
To not box yourself in. For a while, I felt like I could only make one style of music, and it wasn't until I had my first publishing opportunity, and they wanted something more poppy. And at the time, I was just hardcore, not gangster rap. It was still party music, but it was like just street, And so when they wanted that pop, I was like, I know I can write it. I know my capability, but is this gonna be whack? This gonna be. And when I did it, I excel. And then boom, they toss you a country track. And I'm like, I ain't never write country, but can I do it? I excelled at that. And they toss, hey, we need a gospel song. Have you ever written gospel? I was like, I talk to God. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I
talk to
can.
God.
Yeah,
You
and if
can
you a
relate to this, right?
songwriter, you
Yeah,
can. And then I did gospel. So I didn't know that I was kind of keeping myself in a box when I was growing up by just only focusing on one style. It wasn't until all those other opportunities came, and I was like, dang, I could have been doing this. But by having those those partnerships with them, it just took off. So I would recommend to any artist, don't limit yourself. Don't worry about what the masses might think. You make music that you think that's dope, that you want to listen to, whether you want to add a little techno beat to the background, whether you want to, switch up. Yeah, collaborate with an artist that on paper it looked like you maybe never would have worked with. Just keep all those options open and just watch how the doors open, Floodgates just
floodgates, yeah. Sometimes you got to build your door. Like, I wanted to, with the Midwest Takeoff, like, okay, how can I get a podcast talk show and everything like that? And when I first came up with this idea, I had a whole different name for the show, right?
You did? You remember the original name?
I do. It was,
I love
I mean, the name was brought out.
was cool. Oh,
but
okay.
I there was the Kings. What back there? It was like the Kings. It was something King into it, right? I can't remember.
Something with a king.
Yeah, something. But I'm like, I don't want to show this geared towards just men.
Yeah.
So I want to show this geared towards
smart.
everybody.
Yeah,
So and then somebody had already patented the name.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's even I wasn't supposed
bigger
to have
incentive
that.
for you to just do something different.
When I first, it was like, okay, the Midwest Takeoff. It's like it. We're in the Midwest. A lot of people don't even know they live in Ohio, and they don't know Ohio is the Midwest. And we're actually called the heartland of America. You know what I'm saying? So we're the heart of America. So everybody who comes through Ohio or comes from Ohio, they all pretty much are the heart of the land.
Right,
You got to think about it. All the people who left here became stars. You left, you're a star. You know what I'm saying?
you.
And you
Thank
started
you.
just
Yeah,
from here. MGK, same thing. And you got to think all these people came from the heartland of America, which is Ohio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when I see all this, I'm like, dang, how can I incorporate the Midwest with everybody who's really want to work, had that work ethic, take off. And I'm like, the Midwest take off. And it just clicked.
And it got a nice ring.
You know what I'm saying?
A very nice. You ain't gonna forget it.
You can't forget the Midwest Takeoff. Because it's really out there, and we really want to help people on their come up. Like this is like the 106 in Park. Who's the new? Who's the who's?
Yeah, who
you
we
know what I'm
debuting? Who? Right.
Yeah,
right.
And a lot of people are underdogs, and they're like, how can I get my first platform? So. Hey, reach out, go to the app, go to the website, and put it in there. We send it to the review team and go from there.
I love that y'all doing that. Like that's amazing, especially as an independent artist, feeling like, at certain points in your life, oh, ain't nobody messing with me, or who rock with the local people in the city, and not just the ones that's actively popping, who popular, but who willing to get a small guy a chance.
So I definitely had to. I opened up my own door. It was a guy who I met at a Spanish club. Like I do I bilingual. So
I want to learn Spanish. We're gonna talk more about that later.
Let's real quick for the
This is the basics of come on, styles.
No.
You wanted to hear something cooler.
Un vaso de agua means a cup of water, a bottle of water. So something simple. I don't know. But anyways, so I meet this guy, and he was telling about all the Spanish artists and everything like that. Shout out to Tito. And when he introduced me to this actual studio that we're in now, and we became one of the first people that it was in here. And then so I'm like, okay, boom. Now the traction coming. And I still shout out to shout out to Mila Topics, because she was the first person that I wanted to come on and like, okay, who's talking and who's this? And we met before, so it's like just doing business. And now I do like a revolving thing where like I get new guests to introduce themselves and also be a part of something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like everybody needs to be heard.
Right.
And so I give people a voice.
You give them that platform to be able to do that.
Yeah, man, I'm a real genuine person. And, everybody needs a platform to shine.
Absolutely.
Why
Absolutely. Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh, you got to have these high numbers. No, you just got to be a genuine person.
You got to be a genuine
person. And you got to
person.
believe in yourself.
Because people can tell if you really rocking with them or not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So
I believe in people, and I do it because, and it's crazy because being a male in this industry, right? Okay. If you go try to talk to a female and like, hey, I want you on my show, I don't want people to think I'm trying to get on with them. Like,
That's a big one.
you know what I'm saying? A lot.
That's a big
I
one.
don't.
You
I
never
don't mix
gave
business.
creeper vibes, and I appreciated
Yeah,
that. Even when I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and I was even telling my brother, I was like, yeah. And when we talked, he didn't give me weirdo vibes. He wasn't like creeper. You know what I mean? Like
business is business, and I don't miss pleasure with business. That's how you mess up your money.
And that it is, and then you send the wrong impression.
Exactly.
Because don't pull up on me, and it's feeling too, I don't know, uncomfortable too.
So being a woman in this industry, has that ever happened to you? Like, oh, you get on this track if you do this, or you know what I'm saying?
I haven't
Have
had
people try to pressure you to do stuff?
No, it's sometimes like the offers. So I haven't had anybody like try to, hey, if you do this, and that type of barter. But I remember maybe like 6 years ago, somebody had hit my wife and I for like a reality type of show, but like Cleveland based. And they were like, yeah, because, we need a nice looking lesbian couple. And, if, we can get some footage of y'all maybe kissing.
Y'all.
Yeah. And I was like, wait, is this a like relationship reality show or music based? Because you talking, the first thing you bring up is you want to see us kiss on camera. Yeah. No, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that.
See, that's creepy.
Yeah, it was just, it's weird. If I want to kiss my wife, I want to just comfortably and not to feel like I got to do this on camera just because they asked.
Because they giving you a check.
Yeah, and they want to sexualize us. That's not my speed.
That'll be the next thing. I heard a lot. It's always, well, we need y'all to do this. And then we need you to do this next. And then just push you a little
before
further
you know
further.
it, naked coming out the bathroom. How did I end up here? What happened to my morals?
You signed the contract.
You signed the contract.
Yeah.
There's your Lamborghini.
Right. I was like, yeah, we're going to pass on that one. And I'm fortunate that hasn't happened to me, Troop, because I know women that has happened too, but you also read about these situations and read about, stories and things of that nature, and people feeling pressured that in order to let their career advance, they gotta kind of be flexible with their morals and their integrity. And I don't ever want to have to I don't want it that bad. Yeah. I don't want to.
Does that ever weigh on your mental? Like, how's your mental with that space?
I'm at peace.
There we go.
Like, for real, whether I make it on some Nicki Minaj, Cardi B, Megan type numbers, or whether I'm coasting where I'm at peace with knowing that I didn't do anything like that where I had to compromise my integrity or compromise what I'm about. Like, and I'm surrounded by real good people. How people always got their prayers, but the one prayer that I constantly hear coming out my mouth as I'm taking these next journeys is, God, keep me surrounded by good people. Yep. Please let me be able to have discernment on who's who in my life, because now people coming out, oh, I saw you on this show. I can do this and I can do that. And so far, Lord willing, I've never had no crazy experiences where somebody took advantage of me or did something uncomfortable. God has really been supplying me with just cool
genuine
people.
Yeah,
and then my family, man, they gonna check me if I'm ever on some
on some BS.
Like,
the way they walk in, I'm like, they look serious.
Yeah, like they gonna be like, nah, Kay, that ain't your speed. Why you do that,
like that?
Or why you say that in that interview? That wasn't even you. So I be trying to. I don't know. Yeah.
Trust me, they do come out and people do offer. You know what I'm saying? You just got to deny the offer. Yeah. But because I've been hit up to purchase the show and for millions, and I turned down millions because I believe that I can do it myself.
Do it yourself. And
I'm not about to take no shortcuts, and I'm not about to go meet with P. Diddy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
No
Diddy.
I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? So
because what's coming with the millions?
Nah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But I definitely been.
You're gonna be like us coming out the bag.
Really?
I done got hit up twice for the offer and bought by the show, and I'm like, nah, that's not the way to do it.
Don't do it. You got something special.
Why you can't do it? Do it yourself.
That's exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm making sure that I stay with the passion, and then I want to meet genuine people that, like I said, anybody who sits on these couches, I believe personally that they are stars already. I'm a fan of yours.
I can tell that.
You know what I'm saying? And I make sure I ask fan questions. People that I get that's in the comments, like, ask her this and stuff like that. I write down these questions for the people to know who you really are.
Absolutely.
And also to give a genuine platform to what you're doing so you can take off. You're already doing it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just feel like you're a real star.
And I can tell that you really appreciate your guests. Like, you're not just having anybody come sit on this couch.
I have
definitely
denied people.
Yeah, exactly. You're really doing your homework. And then, like you said, you ask these great questions that give the audience that insight on you know, the person that you're interviewing.
Yeah, because technically you're an entrepreneur, right? And so you're doing all these things on your own. How was it when you first got your first manager?
It was actually, she was first my coworker, and at the time I had recorded a couple songs, but I wasn't like taking my rap career as seriously. I didn't really know where to begin, and I was on a work project in Philadelphia, and you know, you just hit it off with somebody, and you know, you start talking about hobbies, and I was like, I actually, you know, I'm into film and music, and she was like, you know, you got some songs, and I was like, all right, huh? Yeah, and I played it, and afterwards she was just like, you know, you dope. Like, why you here working? Like, why aren't you rapping? I was like, I don't even know where to begin. I don't know nothing. And she was like, well, I don't know nothing about the rap industry or where to begin either, but I'm a very organized and thorough person, and I'm heavy on research. So if you ever need some help with something, let me know. Right. And I prayed on it. And I was like, is this really what I want to do? And when I made that decision, I hit her up like some months later, like, hey, you remember me? We met in Philly.
Right.
I was like, about that offer, does it still stand? And boom, we just start growing as a unit together. I'm growing as an artist. She's growing as a manager. We bouncing off each other. I do a lot of my own research and everything too.
Yeah.
So, you know, the networking and the business deals, I try to be as informed as possible. And I think that lightens her load a little bit as a manager, I'm sure. Yeah. And vice versa, you know, but yeah, man.
So when did you, well, not when, were you always like an open person? Like, let me try new things, or were you just like secluded and something happened and you was like, okay, let me just start branching out?
I was a little bit of both. I've always just wanted to try anything creative, anything, film, music, painting,
jack of all trades.
Just everything. But at the same time, I had this like fear of rejection, and people not messing with my stuff. So I was very reserved about letting people hear my music or seeing my art, because I was like, what if they don't mess with it? Or what if, and I got in my head for years, y'all. I got in my head for a little bit, and it was after a comment somebody made when I had dropped this song called 2BB. It was like back in 2013. And I was like, forget it. I'm throwing this out there. It's like a little
well,
party
your first
record.
song you threw out there?
Yeah. It was like 2013.
Give us a bar from it.
I
will put you on the spot. Yeah.
This to make the white girls go crazy. Wait. I make that money and dip. You ain't seen Kayla lately. You can catch me in the Caymans, but I ain't on vacation. I came just to swim. So big up to water maintenance. I hit the weed. I'm feeling Lucy, feeling lucky. Should grab the booty, and he kept the girl company. You know, it was like a vibey little song. I shot it all around Cleveland, but at the same time, get this, I was getting my master's, and then I was also kind of working within the school systems, kind of going and doing program and talking to the kids and all that. And I had one of the directors because it started to kind of go viral within our friend. I didn't tell nobody that I could even rap at this point. I just boom. Some people did know, but when I dropped it, nobody expected it. So people that I had went to undergrad with and just knew from work, it just started to take off. And when he found out, I remember him telling me, he was like, I thought you was going to be the next Michelle Obama. And you talking about too bad, bitch, or 2BB. And I was like, that was a fun party record. Like you looking at it from a negative. He was like, I'm just saying, you talking to these kids and you talking about 2BB. And that had got in my head for a while. So I'm like, am I
Dream
Kayla
killers.
that's getting this degree and it's supposed to be professional and prim and proper?
Right.
But this is...
I'm
from the streets. Like, I do like to kick it. And, you know, I'm young. I'm having fun. And I was like, after his comment, it got in my head. And then on top, I'm like, well, I got all this other music. Should I not release this?
Right.
You know, so I kind of like,
you can't let other people put their fears on you.
I regret
that's a
that,
big
man.
Thing. Dream killers, dream vampires. People, like, when you...
suck that life out.
Man, they will. They will. Yeah. And when people come up to you and they put their disbelief on you, it's because they're not doing it.
Yep.
You know,
come on.
And you gotta use your discernment. To like, okay, this is my tribe. These people are not, or categorize people. There's categorized friend groups that I have. Like, okay, this is for this. This is for this. This is for this. And I don't mix and mingle these people with the other people because it's not gonna flow right.
Exactly. And people gonna try to give you that unsolicited advice the whole time. Like, I didn't ask this man to come up here and give me no
ask for your
feedback.
penny advice.
You know, I didn't ask that, and then for you to come and try to criticize me as a person and Because what I'm saying to these kids is still important.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not in this video doing nothing crazy. I'm just kicking it a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm
nothing wrong
still
with that either.
exactly.
Yeah.
So I just had to, after I got out my own head, you know, now I'm just like, hey, it is what it is. But I found myself kind of being reserved and overthinking sometimes. But I try to just stop that
and
in
now
the
you're
process.
just free.
Yeah, I'm free. I'm gonna be honest. You had your moments though, where you revert a little bit, like, is they gonna like this one, or am I ready to drop this? Do I need to make these revisions? But I be like, if I think long, think wrong.
So
Right, you gotta trust yourself.
With some of your music, right? So you do have some like a lot of party records. You have a lot of fun records. But when it's time to get down to some of the gangster rap that you do, right? Do you ever feel like goes against like black on black violence or anything like that? Like
That's a great question. Yeah, because
the youth listen to.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They do. And you can really make an impression depending on what you're talking about. And you know, in some of my songs, I'm like, do-do-do. Or like, you know,
you got
this,
bars. Like,
you know what I
hands
mean?
down.
But I'm not no type of person that's on no rah, let's get the first thing you got to do. Like, I'm actually, my friends, I'm going to tell you, I'm like more level-headed. I'm the peacemaker type. So I still try to give that vibe off in my personality. And you'll actually hear in some of my songs, like I got this song called Don't You Ever Try Me, I Get Grimy. I didn't just come out and say, I get grimy. I said, don't you ever try me.
Yeah.
And then I get grimy. So I'm trying to show you, I'm level-headed at first. I'm cool
Don't
with
push
Tupac
me.
say,
Yeah.
I ain't a killer, but don't push me.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't want to ring that message like I'm just on some, hey, go out there and get bucked.
Right.
I'm not doing that. But at the same time, you know, stand up for yourself. Now, don't
be no pushover.
But yeah, but don't just come out swinging. Don't come out on no hot head type stuff. Yeah, I try not to do no heavy on no hood gangster type music.
I got you.
Yeah, because that ain't my speed for real.
So with your latest project, Rap Diner, right?
Yeah.
With DJ Skrilla?
Yeah, my guy Chris. Shout out DJ Skrilla.
Yeah, tell us about that because you know I saw the retro vibe and everything like that. What was your take?
Him and I collaborate so well. So Chris, you can say Chris discovered me and put me on with the publishing side and the sync placements, and it was
Shout
just
out to
on.
Chris.
Yeah, shout out to DJ Skrilla. Shout out to my guy, man. It was just Instagram.
Yeah.
It was he networked. Was like, hey, I got this opportunity, and that was maybe 5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And he was impressed when I did this very first song with him. He was like, "You're a real professional," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm a, you know, come on." He was like, "You know, you just don't meet people like that, and that's why I hit you up about getting on this album because the person who was supposed to, they dropped, and so that created a friendship and everything that has blossomed. And so we collaborate on plenty of projects. We got so many songs together. But I threw out the idea. I was like, hey, Chris, you know, we should do a collaboration album. And he was like, only if I get to take the back seat. Because Chris is also the CEO of the label. He's a writer, he's a rapper. But when it comes to that sync stuff, man, he's a guru. And
is he here or LA?
He in Cleveland.
Yep,
he in Cleveland.
Shout
Yeah,
out to another Cleveland native.
Yeah. He really doing a lot of big things. Just in the city and just actually everywhere for real. But with Rap Diner, he wanted me to take the lead from the beat selection, from the song, the topics of the songs to how the song was structured.
So
is this one gonna have a
did
bridge?
the whole artistry on this one.
Yeah, I did. And he was just like, okay, and now I'm gonna come in and just sprinkle my verses and sprinkle my sauce, and we gonna put the gloss on it, and we rocking out like that. So Rap Diner, it do got that retro, that fun feel, but it's just like bars. It's like soon as you press play from that first song, Big Dogs, all the way through, you just gonna get a nice little vibe. This my year of collaboration, y'all.
And we here.
This my year.
Let me know because I don't have on the mic.
Yeah, like I work. I'm also a part of the. You know,
I can write something out. Once I write it out, then
yeah. Come on, man. Like I'm trying to collaborate with as many people as possible. I'm also in a band called The High with my wife and my best friend Dre Walton. He's also, both of them are from Cleveland, but Dre is a phenomenal singer. Look them both up. My wife, her name is Don Classic, and we have
that the song 420.
That's that. Welcome to the high. Yes.
That song was
Tell
a
me what
banger.
you. Tell me what you think about that.
Listen.
That one is that
I'm
one.
not a smoker, but when I was in college, man, but that song right
He
there,
said that'd have been the one.
That
Such
song,
a vibe.
it's an anthem for
No,
yeah,
for real,
420, for sure.
and it ain't. It's so vibey. And we talking about weed, yes, but we also talking about welcome to the higher life, welcome to elevation, welcome to feeling good, welcome to you coming out the house and you presentable, you fly, you know, you got
Y'all
a new
was in the desert.
promotion. We was in the desert. We was in the desert when it was so hot too.
What you
Had
got
on
on
a leather
Arizona somewhere?
shirt. We were in Vegas.
That
We
was
was right
Vegas.
outside of Vegas in the
Okay.
desert.
Gotta
Yeah.
be.
I'm saying here
Yeah.
like, man, where do y'all go to a desert to shoot
Yeah.
this video?
Yeah.
Vegas
So
desert different.
I got that going, and then I also make music with my brothers. So shout out my brother Stunt, shout out my brother Dot. We working on a collaboration project.
Oh man, I can't
So
wait to hear it. Oh, I can't wait.
I might do something later.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait to hear it.
I mean, we'll
Maybe
see.
an exclusive here.
We might. We some unreleased.
There we go. There we go. So, towards the end of our segues and stuff like that, there's a couple questions we like to ask. So,
Okay.
We like to give gems to the city, right?
Okay.
So, we got to drop gems, people that looks up to you,
Okay.
something that you can inspire and motivate the people that's watching right now.
Yeah.
It's your time.
My biggest quote that I go by is discomfort signals growth. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It's okay to be uncomfortable. When you're back against the wall is when you're able to adapt, acclimate, and that's when your true self gonna come out. So when you in those moments and you feeling anxious or, hey, they want me to talk to this person and I didn't have time to prepare, it's okay. Trust your instincts, breathe, give yourself, just have faith in yourself, but embrace that discomfort and just watch what happens and just watch how you grow as a person, as an artist. No matter what you into, you don't necessarily have to be creative. You can be in banking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But just take those risks and allow yourself to manifest out of those situations where you are uncomfortable. That's my big one.
All right.
Yeah, even coming here today, I'm like, okay, I ain't do no podcast before, but let's go.
So, I'm your first podcast too?
Yeah.
That's hard.
No, you
Woo,
know
woo.
what?
No, you said it. You said it.
Oh, he gonna kill me. It's my second one. It is my second one, but
I'll
it's been
take
some
that.
years. It's been some years.
It's been some years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll still take it as number one.
Yeah.
Last question, being an entrepreneur, going to rapping and everything in the entrepreneur field, can you give us a gem or an insight to transitioning from a work field to becoming a full-time entrepreneur, especially in your field right now where rap is like the life right now?
Yeah. Be deliberate. And I know it's super cliche when they say, oh, a goal is just a dream if you don't write it down type stuff. But no, that's like for real.
Yeah.
Because if I gave you $100,000, how are you going to be able to flip this? Or how are you going to be able to invest in yourself? What moves are you going to make? You got to sit down and think about that first. So when I took that leap to say, hey, I don't want to work no more. Because I had took a year off from work, but it took me a year to plan that. I didn't just, okay, I'm quitting my job, I'm done. Nope. I stacked up as much bread as possible. I paid off, mortgage and credit cards and made sure the taxes was quarterly and did all that stuff so that when I wanted to take that year off, I'm good, and me being able to plan that out really, it took that weight off my shoulders. I was just able to just focus on music and growing my brand. So if you have a brand, if you got a business, it's this your baby. You know what I mean?
Oh my
like
goodness.
treat it as
Tell 'em.
such. If you knocking out 12 hours a day, 8 hours a day for your job, do the same thing for your business. Research business loans and build your business credit, your personal credit, network with people, take your logos seriously, make your stuff look more polished and more professional.
Yeah.
I remember somebody telling me like, oh, you a rapper, your stuff good, but your Instagram don't look like you don't look like a rapper on Instagram. It just look like a married girl, you having fun. And I was like, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And that was a couple years. So I started making those little tweaks to I want you to be able to come on my page and you see my brand, you see what I do. You still see my lifestyle,
Right.
you still see my personal stuff, but you see what I'm about. And so just invest in yourself and do it the right way. Don't rush and believe in yourself too.
All right, so I do have a question for our co-star today.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Your turn,
Yeah.
G.
You know what I'm saying? You from the city, you co-starring today on the Midwest Takeoff. I want you to drop some gems as well for the city. And, people that's looking up to you, you are an entrepreneur as well. So, anything you want to say to the young people that's coming up, your moment is right here.
Ooh, child. I actually was just on a pull-up, and I told them I have to say this point because the people that come on the show that I'm doing too, Meet the City, y'all all have been saying the same thing, and I stand behind that 5,010%. Stay consistent. Consistency is definitely one of the heaviest things that you can have on your belt, okay? If you get to sagging with that consistency on your belt, that's okay. But just keep going, okay? Once you stop, you are limiting yourself. And once you limit yourself, you count yourself out, and everybody else around you will count you out. So once you bet on yourself, stay consistent, keep going, do not stop, and it will come. Eventually, it may take a little minute, but it will come.
Damn.
Heavy on that. Next, Mixed and Melanin, June 1st, 2024.
Yeah.
Period.
Tell people where to follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at Gbaby_. You can follow me on Cash App at Gbaby4.
Oh,
You can.
did she just, we gonna edit that out.
Right.
Oh,
You gonna try to-
my birthday coming up.
No, go ahead.
You know, May
that's
28th.
right.
That's what I'm saying.
Support black businesses, baby. Support black business.
Okay. You
That's-
can also follow me on Instagram at 4 a.m. lingerie. Again, that's 4 a.m. lingerie. I'm actually having a $15 sale right now on my items, so you can check my bio to hit that link, get those items. And also, last thing, May 27th, Memorial Day, I'm having an event at Africa Taste Lounge. It is completely free. I am a liquor rep for Urbane Vodka, so we are giving out free cocktail shots, small little drinks, but they're free, and free entry. Also, if you want to come to the Mixed and Melanin, you will get $10 off your ticket. So pop out, come outside, let's kick it. I'm gonna kick it with you, and we're gonna have a blast.
I know that's right.
I'm ready. I'm definitely gonna be at the Mix and Melanin event
I
for
can tell
sure.
it's gonna be a time.
It's-
already.
the
for
time
sure.
is going to be
The
had.
time is gonna
For
be
sure.
had.
I just
And
I
so,
don't play.
What I'm gonna do is leave some gems too. Out thy mouth comes a curse or a blessing. So make sure you blessing yourself and blessing others with your power of words. You know, don't curse yourself with the words, and don't fall into a deep depression with your words that you're telling yourself. 'Cause remember, God lives within you, and you can create your world. And this is the Midwest Takeoff, episode 4 with my Kayla. And coming up next, it's my Kayla. She's doing the drop down mic, and it's about to be epic. And yeah, I didn't hit this mic like 3 times. But
I was doing it too.
It's definitely, we about to turn up. We about to
Yes.
vibe out to her new song. Exclusive?
It's an exclusive. I ain't even drop it yet, but it's gonna be one of my next singles.
Y'all heard it
Love
here first.
it.
Y'all heard it here first on the Midwest Takeoff. We got an exclusive with my Kayla coming up next.
Yeah. What up? This your girl, Mike Kayla. Shout out Troop Nation and the Midwest Takeoff. Yeah. This my upcoming single, Unreleased, Protect, featuring my baby brother, Suge Stunt. Hey. Y'all gonna like this one.
All these damn dollars, I didn't want Protect up on that hoe. We slide like Dodgers with them toppers. This a regular 24, you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know. All these damn dollars, I didn't want Protect up on that hoe. We slide like Dodgers with them toppers. This a regular 24, you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know.
Suge Stunt, we got another one. My brother is the heir, and he not the oldest son. In the city, like the mayor, money like the governor. I had to smack me a bitch, cause she kept running up. She said, what? I'm not a villain, all this ice. I be chillin' all my life. I've been different, no incision on my women. She just fit like Russell Simmons. I could kill me a nigga and still stay my day with splendid. Fucking with the family, now your cousin missing. Yeah, I'm crazy, but I'm subtle. Bet not have your ass in trouble. Sometimes I call her shots, and sometimes I am the muscle. Most times I'm getting paid, didn't have to work a double. Tell your homie stay safe, this ain't no NBA bubble. Watch your expression, tuck your necklace, showing off them stacks, them killers at your address. All that flexing, gone wrong. We still let them shots fly if they playin' zone.
All these damn dollars, I didn't want Protect up on that hoe. We slide like Dodgers with them toppers. This a regular 24, you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know. All these damn dollars, I didn't want Protect up on that hoe. We slide like Dodgers with them toppers. This a regular 24, you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know. I'm a real nigga, bitch, your baby daddy counterfeit. I dress to kill, nigga, Amiri jeans, Glock with a switch. Throw it back, I beat it up, look like we boxing in this bitch. New money on my line. my bitch. Paper tag, ho wanna know what I spent on this shit. Catch a op, bend the block like a boomerang. Effing in, spank your ass like I'm Pootie Tang. My money long, I used to trap, bumpin' Ruda Bang. Kayla Boo, Suge Stunt, we rep the same thing. Up the way, killers hang young niggas gang bang. And you can't hang where I hang if you ain't gang gang. Straight to the top from the basement, this shit crazy, ain't it? Stack and pray, can't cheat the grind, have some patience, baby. Don't trip with the stag, I put a nigga in check, we dying by respect, yeah. Young niggas dying by respect. All these damn dollars, I didn't want Protect up on that hoe. We slide like Dodgers with them choppers. This a regular 24, you got a problem. Then we gon' solve it, let me know